matchup for you here between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He finds his man, complete. That's Gibbs. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return on this one as that kick's out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down. The Packers at 7-4 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. A give for Dillon running right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Jet sweep. Here's Watson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now here's the option play going left. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Here's Watson. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
On play action, they'll throw. And this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They go play action here on first down. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And some room to run now. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 and the 15. 16 more on that one and another first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On first down, Gibbs. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down, it's Gibbs, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll set up a throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all his receivers downfield.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Back to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Back to Dillon on first down. And he stopped immediately there. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at... And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, 27 yards. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, good return up past the 30. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, he'll drop to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
They'll look to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Got Dobbs over the middle. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one complete to Hodgins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. He'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Dillon will take this one in for a Packer touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in, and he carries it across the goal line.
Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Williams, a man in motion right. Back to throw here. He's going to go up top again. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable for Watson. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. They're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of a team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches, just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. A check down here to Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in...
Touchdown, Packers! Romeo Doubs with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is, when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And boy, it was pretty.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taken at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes, right side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Lions. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
The throw over the middle. Now the ball comes loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Inside the 20. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Extra point right down the middle, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First target, first catch, and a first down. Here's a give to Jones running left. Gets past one man, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Going up top. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs, 47 yards. And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taking it about the 1. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
He has still not connected on a single pass in the second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
So far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Here's a 2nd and 7. His throw incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll find Hodgins there complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Isaiah Hodgins from 6 yards away. And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll send the tight end in motion left. On 2nd down now, it's Gibbs. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. On 3rd down, Gibbs. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Mustang 19. Dragon 60. Warrior 70.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The quarterback will keep it himself, and he'll find his way in for 2, and we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Kirby Joseph.
Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
Man open, here is Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Back to throw again. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And now here is another interception. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with a football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. And my goodness, another interception. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They'll look to throw here on first down. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch. And it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead.
Did we come into this game where defense was optional?
Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team moving at a little bit quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense is going to get plenty of praise, but I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what their quarterback has done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Track him 60. Hey, pass. Check pass. Check pass. Go, Reed. Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Warriors 70. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football